As per usual, we have some news.
We always got good news, though, right?
It's good news, and I'll drop the first news and you can drop
Okay,
the second.
okay.
So, the first news is the waifu hunter himself is going on a personal arc. But
He's going through a time skip, huh?
he's going through a time skip. Maybe he'll come back with horns and a little bit bigger.
Maybe a little bit more power, a little bit power up.
Maybe he'll have like a keen hockey for like waifu right away. I'm thinking.
Yeah, maybe he'll just level up, like, on some hockey.
Or he'll bring in like some
maybe
waifu
awaken
or
his
something.
devil fruit.
Yes.
Work on his Nen abilities.
But we do have good news though.
Yeah.
We have someone that you guys are familiar with that's going to be here permanently. Yes. Permanently.
Yes. She's known as our navigator, and now taking over the seat of the third commander. We have Shiesty the Navigator. Shiesty D
Shiest
Navigator.
D Navigator. Yes, she has the
Say
will of
hi.
D.
Shiesty, say hi. Hi. Hi again. Yeah.
All right, let's jump into this topic then. The topic for today, as we usually start off, is why aren't you watching? Tokyo Revengers, by the way.
Tokyo Revengers. How about should we do like a quick read down on Tokyo Revengers? Very fast. 2 minutes.
2 minute?
I got it. I can do it.
Okay, let's
I can
hear
do
it.
it.
Let's hear it.
All right, okay. Quick little snip on Tokyo Revengers. It's about a middle-aged man named Takamichi Hanagaki, and he lives a pretty boring, crappy life, and he hates himself. He goes to work one day, falls in front of the train. Next thing you know, he goes back in time 12 years. Now he decides to change everything. He's not a pussy anymore. He wants to become a man. He actually fights these guys that were picking on this little kid. Come to find out, that little kid was the little brother of his girlfriend that actually died, that he saw on the news prior to falling in front of the train. Beats those guys up, shakes hands with the little kid, goes back in time. Pretty much he's just going back and forth, trying to save his girlfriend from dying, trying to save his friends from dying. He's just trying to make a good future. It's not your typical shonen anime. It's not your typical time travel anime. So we'll get into it right now. So Joel, lead the way.
All right. So what is your thoughts on the anime overall? Like, we know it's a shonen. We know it's a time traveling anime. So what are your guys' thoughts? You think it's...
I kind of like it, honestly.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it. Like as I started reading the manga, I actually liked it even more, to tell you the honest truth, because watching the anime, the first episode for me was, I was like, oh, is there going to be superpowers? Like, what's this kid's power going to be?
Bruh.
And then come to find out, there's just one power. There's just one predominant power throughout this whole anime. Yeah.
And boy, is it handy.
But it's so crazy that it jumps 12 years. It's a 12-year time jump.
It's crazy that, like, so if a week moves forward, you only can, you know what I mean? You can't go back to the same exact date.
No.
It's just the date
gotta take
of
care
that
of-
week, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta take care of business now, basically.
Yeah, it's a OP power, but definitely has your limiter, like how every power should have a limiter. It has this limiter. What do you think about it overall, as far as time travel and?
It was more of an unexpected anime to me. Like, in the very beginning, I was like, ew. Like.
Why the animation?
No, I felt like it's just a story in general in the very beginning.
It's kind of blah.
Yeah, I was like, there's like nothing that's hooking me on this main character. He's like a wuss. Like, I was like, ew. Why are we?
Yeah, he's a wuss,
Why are we watching you? Like, you're so boring. And then eventually, as I got into it, I was like, damn, you actually have a little bit of balls.
A little bit, but he has to
He has to dig deep.
The beginning kind of reminds me of like reincarnated as slime.
Yeah. Where
Kind
he's
of
like
you're like, what?
His
is
life
this
sucks
yeah.
and-
What is this gonna be about? What is this anime about?
Like, what am I to do now?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
literally.
Like it's not your typical like time traveling or different world jumping like anime. You know what I mean? It has its boundaries. It won't let you be OP.
No.
You know what I mean? It has like it has that factor where it, like for me when I first watched it I was like, oh, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Cause like he didn't get OP right away. Like episode 1 when he went back in time. But you know what I mean? Like most times when you jump to a different world or you time travel back, it gives you a certain set of skills, or like it gives you like a major power boost. And like for this one, it doesn't give you that. My man went back in time, still got his ass beat, had to fix things. You know, it was like realistic.
Yeah, like with the time traveling part, it's not like like you said, it's not your typical time traveling. I think because there's a switch, so he has to go out and find Homeboy's hand to shake his hand to go back. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not like he can just be like instant transmission, boom, he goes back in time.
That's
And
what makes it dope, is because he can't just use it free at will. It's,
No,
like,
and you can't
have
use it to attack, and you can't use it really to defend because.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
like a power that we're normally used to. It's not like Luffy's power, or it's not like Naruto's power
Not
or
just like,
anybody.
let's go
Yeah.
back in time.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
yeah,
it has its consequences and and benefits as well. So
for sure.
that's what I like about it. It's kind of cool.
It's
very
It's different. That's what makes it so dope, I think, is because the difference. Like a lot of anime right now is like isekai, where you jump to another world.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
trending right now heavily. So
Yep.
for this to come out and there's no superpowers except having heart, like that's pretty.
Yeah.
That's what kind of drew me in.
That, and then the fact that you time travel, 12 years and everything, but the fact that he doesn't remember to was what kind of got me. Was every time
he just
you
showed up
time
in a
travel,
random spot, yeah.
every time you time travel, he was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, and he was totally lost until he found like his friend, and he was like, hey, what's happening? He like literally had somebody. Can you give me a summary of what's happening?
What's going on?
Yeah.
Like he's so like that's
But
what it's dope about it.
It's crazy because he can't tell anybody else. Like it's his secret. He can't be like, hey, I'm a time traveler. Can you tell me what happened the last 2 weeks so I can catch up?
He kind of goes in and is like, oh, where are we going? And he's like, bro, hello, we're going to the kind. You know what I mean? We're going over here.
They're like, what's wrong with you?
bro? Why can't you remember?
I think that's so cool though.
Yeah, because he's kind of like, he only has the memories that he had while he was there previously and what he attains now. So everything else that happens when he's not there, it's like
It's like an avatar, it's just like you're going amok.
Autopilot mode, and it's just like
you don't gain the memories of the person that you jumped in, like your old self. You don't gain that memory.
You would think that he would have those memories, right?
Yeah,
because
but no.
he's going back, but no, it doesn't.
Yeah,
It's
he's completely lost. That's
Yeah.
what I think is my favorite part, is the fact that he's so lost and he has to find his way. Like, like the fact that he has to find his way, and then eventually he's like, okay, this is how it is. And gets it is what always gets me. Like, that's my favorite.
I like the fact that he time travels with a motive. Then he jumps back into that specific time or date, and then he's like, oh, what are we doing? And then he's like, oh yeah, I gotta do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He finds out what happened.
Because there's a lesson. Yeah. Every time he jumps, he changes one small thing, which is like, like normal superhero and, anime stuff. You alter the timeline, right? There's a lesson so every time he goes back, he changes one thing. It alters the future that he just came from. And Homeboy he watches his chick die over and over again.
And
like
his friend too. His friend.
His friends.
His friend is the one that's always killing. Yeah.
His friend is always
and
killing.
He
his
ends
chick.
up dying too. His friend ends up dying like in the end after he kills her.
Like
they both die always.
He knows he has all those experiences and memories, which is kind of crazy. And every time he jumps back, if that happened to me, I'd be mental already.
That's his superpower.
Yeah.
Strong mind.
Yeah. And the thing about the time jumping for me is like it's not really the main focus of this anime.
Yeah, it's
but
not.
it is. but it's not.
It's a factor.
Yeah,
It's a factor, but it's not what it's about.
Like it like just helps you get to that key to of the story, you know.
Hit the restart button. And then, how do you guys feel about the fights? Do you guys feel like there's a lesson behind every fight? Like every fight scene that we got, there's some type of message. I feel like. What do you guys feel?
Yeah, I honestly that's very true. Like each fight that came on, it was awesome because he took time to really take it and be like, oh, this fight happened, and now we realize the outcome and we can change it for the better. Like my friends aren't like gonna like lose in a sense. Like yeah, they may have lost the fight physically, but they're not losing their knowledge. They're gaining knowledge from it. Was my favorite part, with the fact that he's like, oh, there's this fight and I'm gonna handle this and I'm gonna do this, and even though I'm gonna get beat, I'm still gonna learn from it. Like that was the best part.
I think the slogan of it is "Fight to learn."
Yeah. Fight to learn, fight to grow, because he grows more courageous every single time. Because it's not him to do that. You know what I mean? He's not the kind of guy to want to just be strong. He has to dig deep every time. He's over there crying half the time. I can't do it. Yeah. And it's, to me, I look at it like, I don't know if you guys watch it like this, but I see him as a 32-year-old person or like a 20-something-year-old person in a 16-year-old body.
Like you should have the knowledge, and he's like learning basic stuff that you should have learned, maturing, and like going through life. You should have learned it, but he's like relearning it.
It's so crazy, bro. I'm like, dude, if I was like 20-something years old in my 15-year-old body,
Bro,
I'd be running it all.
Bro, I'll be running it all, and I would be, you know what I mean? I'll be bossing it up, bro. Every single drop of knowledge that I gained from going through whatever I went through, bro.
But Takamichi is, I give him credit though. Like, he's not my favorite character, but
He's not.
I give him credit for constantly pushing through, because it went from him to bettering his own life to bettering everybody
Everyone.
else's life.
That's what I respect about it.
Yeah.
It's like he goes back for a specific reason, and each time he goes back to the future, he has another agenda, another mission,
He has
and
to
it's
save
always like
somebody else.
fixing somebody else's life or making
Yeah.
sure they prosper in the future. You know, it's not just it goes beyond what the original reason was. It's pretty intense. Pretty intense anime. You know what else is dope, I feel like, about this anime? Like, for every sad moment that you get inside the anime, there's a flashback to a happier moment that it just doesn't leave you, like, most anime will leave you on that cliffhanger and you're like,
ouch.
yeah, exactly.
Like that, it never does.
But it'll give you, like, a uplifting moment to help you carry on with the story. It's not just, oh, leave them in pain. It's like for every negative, there's a positive, you know? Like, and that's deep for a freaking anime like this, you know? Like, it's different. Like we've been saying, it's different.
It's so big time. Like, just the story, or even the way they like to depict themselves as delinquents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when you hear that, you're like, that's so weird. Like, kids are watching this, you know, and they're like,
Their meaning is different.
their meaning of delinquent is like living life your way without harming everybody else's. Like, you're not damaging people's property. You know what I mean? Like, you're respecting others. Like when Mikey and Draken bowed down to the one girl. In the
girl's family.
They're not into ruining people's lives. They're just into making sure that they're the top dogs.
The message
in
from
Tokyo.
Down 2 with Draken, and he is like, we don't have to bow down.
Yeah, we want to.
Yeah. We want to.
Yeah.
This is us, Mikey. Like,
Yeah.
he pretty much told Mikey, like, this is us. This is how we're going to be perceived. This is how we have to handle things as men. And
Yeah.
to think about it, bro, that's pretty big time.
They're 15.
They're 15 years old.
They're 15.
So they carry themselves like men.
They're younger than Brayden.
Hi everyone.
They're younger than Brayden, but you know what? Kids out there, watch Tokyo Revengers, because these guys set a pretty good example for being delinquents. Like, they're not damaging people's stuff. They're not damaging properties to look cool. They're just making sure that they're the big dogs. You know what I mean? Like, they take out every other dog to make sure they're top dog.
Yeah, and I like the way they go about their business. Real family oriented. Whoever, and you think about it too, they're delinquent family, is filled with people who have harsh backstories or not proper upbringings, but they all come together and figure it out.
And they all, like, in the last couple episodes, they're like, oh, we take care of each other no matter what. You know, Baji's like, oh, they're my treasures.
Picks him up by his face. He's like,
Gotta be like that. Gotta be like that, man. Take care of everybody.
But the more you watch it, you understand why
Yeah.
there's an attraction. Or not attraction, my bad. That's kind of, you know what I mean?
It's okay.
But why there's that.
No,
But
bro,
why
the
there's
characters
that.
are cool, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Why they have that connection is because, I mean, should we say?
Of
why?
course.
So Mikey's brother was like the head delinquent, passes away. Yes. Passes away, and Takamichi kind of has the same, I want to say, vibe, energy, and morals as him.
Persona. He has that because he
Just
couldn't
that
fight.
same, yeah.
Yeah.
Mikey's brother couldn't fight, but he had that draw for everyone. Like, everyone's drawn to him.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was crazy, like how
How they tied that in.
different people can mix, you know, like.
It's so crazy.
Like Mikey and Takamichi's there's like friendship and how it
Their
evolves.
interactions, yeah.
Yeah, like eventually it comes to the point where Mikey can trust in Takamichi to tell him I'm doing wrong.
He earns
Like
that trust.
honestly, like with the fact,
commander.
yeah, yeah, with the fact that Mikey himself was like, I know I don't know you like that long, but you have a good head on your shoulders, and I would need you to keep me on the right path. And if I'm doing wrong, slap me or like tell me I'm doing
He's like,
wrong.
just make sure
Like,
I don't
yeah,
do that.
Yeah.
But what's crazy too is, even though they're hard like that and they want to get the power and they want to take control of everything, they have morals. They have morals. Like you remember that scene where Hina was like, no, you're not going with them, Takamichi. These aren't your real friends. And then Mikey was like, I'm going to hit you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like,
Hina's bro. I like Hina as a character because she just stands up.
yeah, she speaks her mind.
Yeah.
But the fact that he was like,
She makes me
I'm just
cringe.
joking. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, I'm just joking. And then they have that interaction. She's like, oh, just go with your friends then, Takamichi. They're your friends.
Yeah.
And
They're like,
he
you
was
got
like-
a good girl.
Yeah. He's like, you got a good girl. And then Takamichi's like, holy crap, I almost died.
Well, it wasn't just him. It was the whole school.
Yeah.
They were all like, oh,
The moment she walked up and she was like,
yeah.
and then
I was like,
everybody was like he saw all of them like with the white, like their white faces. She's gonna die, like
Yeah.
literally.
But homie didn't hit a girl. He didn't hit no girl.
Because that's his root.
Yeah.
I will never lay a hat on a woman, and that's the thing.
This anime is so interesting. Like,
It is. It is.
Like, there-
you should be watching this.
Why
if it's
aren't
in
you
your
watching?
queue, if it's in your queue, pop it in. Watch about 3 episodes, like we always say. Give it 3 episodes.
3 to 4.
3 to 4 episodes. It's good. You know, like if you watch like 2 episodes and stop watching it, watch it again. It's good.
Like,
It's Shop Talk approved.
Shop Talk approved. I think we covered everything. I think we covered it.
I think we got. I mean,
Did you like it?
I did like it.
Did you like it, Cole?
shoot, I actually loved
This is the anime I would rewatch over and over again for some reason.
You can-
Like
You heard it first.
it's like something that honestly makes me a better, like want to be a better person. Like One Piece. Like
Yeah.
that was.
It's
my
rare to
favorite
find
thing.
those.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's normally just, oh, we're going to make you OP. Here's the storyline. You can kind of, like, bro,
It's
a lot
not
of them you
OP.
can predict what's going to happen.
Yeah.
This one kind of shook you.
Yeah, we're not gonna spoil a lot in this episode, you know. But if you stay tuned and watch for the next episodes coming up real soon, we're gonna get to some meat. We're gonna get to some meat. So for that, if you want to get those episodes, make sure to like and subscribe. Turn on those notification bells. We appreciate you. We love you. Shop Talk is here for you, and then we'll catch you on the next episode to be continued.